Hello there. Welcome again to another segment. My name is Roxanne, and I'm delighted to be here with you. And I'm not sure if you're a new subscriber, but welcome and thank you for all those who have already subscribed. Please go ahead and share and like, especially if you see something that someone might benefit from, okay? Please go ahead. There's going to be a bunch of topics that you can listen to. And so today I will be speaking about seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, or some persons know this as the winter blues. And so, I want to share there are so many persons who are affected by this particular, this time of the year when they're kind of bogged down. They're not able to do the things that they usually enjoy doing. They have extreme difficulties getting out of bed and just getting up and going. And so, it's really worth kind of trying to understand what's going on. But also, if you're struggling with this particular change when it comes on to the change of the seasons, you might want to check in with your mental health practitioner, or your general practitioner, just to make sure that everything is okay and you can get that extra support that you do need and deserve. Okay. All right. So seasonal affective disorder, or SAD for short, it's usually one of the main theories behind this is that the lack of sunlight during the fall and winter seasons results in a dysfunction with the hypothalamus. And as we know, the hypothalamus is key in the production of melatonin, which is very important for sleep, and also serotonin as well, which is really key in our mood, or feelings of happiness and cheerfulness. Okay. So, that's one of the reasons or the theories behind this. So the lack of sunshine really affects our functioning. And so, we want to be mindful of that, and we want to see what we can do to help ourselves during this time of the year when we're so low on energy and just mental strength to do things. Okay, so some of the clear signs, of seasonal depression would be just, feeling very tired to, get up in the mornings, just feeling as if you want to stay in the bed all day long, a loss of interest, in things that, particular things that you enjoy doing. If you're a person, you found yourself, you enjoy cooking, you enjoy doing certain chores, you enjoy going for walks, and, like reading and things like that, and even interacting with persons, you find that, you just don't want to talk to anyone. You want to be isolated, you want to be by yourself, you want to just stuck yourself in that bed and do nothing. So, that's something to look out for. And another thing that happens, just a lot of oversleeping, and not being able to concentrate as well, having difficulties remembering things and just focusing and concentrating. And just, that's something that we want to be very careful and mindful of. And another clear sign of this form of depression too, persons do generally they eat a little bit more than usual. They eat a little bit more than usual. So we want to be mindful of that. Sometimes there's feelings of just contention, feeling very tense and sluggish as well, and just having a sense of hopelessness, that sense of hopelessness and guilt that comes with depression. So, these are, clear signs of depression, but they have seasonal patterns. That's what's going on. And also, persons have also, there's also that sign of decreased sex drive as well, when persons are affected by seasonal depression. So we want to be just careful, and there are some other symptoms, but we want to try to ensure that we are doing the right things to really combat this. So whatever you can do, check in with your health provider, as well as you want to be very careful with your thoughts. Ensure that you're engaging in positive thoughts. You're going to feel like, hey, I want to give up. Sometimes that's another sign of depression, just wanting to give up, that feeling of hopelessness, well, you want to engage in positive self-talks a little bit more and engage in activities that will, cause you to think positively as well. So if you're going to be, watching reports, just negative reports, and engaging yourself in, like toxic conversations that weigh you down, that's not going to be useful and helpful. So you want to change that around a bit, do a lot more positive engagement. Also, you want to get back in shape into a routine where you're actually working out consistently, and also you're taking in the right foods that you're supposed to be eating. Okay, so you want to stay away from too much carbs or sugars. You want to make sure that you're getting in your vegetables and you're getting in all the energies that you really do need. Okay, so those are some important things to keep in mind. And if you want to go back and look at recharge and reset, there's some helpful tips for a mental recharge, and that can be useful for someone who is experiencing the winter blues. We have, I think we did touch on the deep breathing exercise, which is very useful and helpful, and relaxation techniques. Another important thing that you might want to incorporate if you're experiencing this kind of a depression as well, you want to engage and ensure that you are, you have your social support group. So make sure that you're still going out. It's winter, it's cold. Sometimes we feel as if we want to just stay in, but still grab your jackets, get all, excited about going out again, and just fighting the feeling of staying in. So if you can, connect with persons, a friends group or, community group that you can go and you can just have a laugh, you can have, a drink, you can just engage, talk a little bit, just interact. Social interaction is very, very critical for fighting depression, because the feeling of isolation would make you want to be alone. And those thoughts alone can be quite dangerous if you're not careful. So we want to just fight that. We want to combat that quite a bit. So another important thing that you want to try to do, you could do a lot of the sunshine. That's what helps, that's what you're lacking. So you want to engage in things that will cause you to have perhaps a little bit more light indoors, paintings or arrangements, or anything that will reflect light. That might be something that you want to incorporate. So perhaps doing a little bit of renovative work indoors will help you to kind of press through these seasons in this kind of blue time again. So that's a big one. And we want to also engage in doing things like winter gardening. Nature can be so helpful and therapeutic when we're doing our walk outdoors during the spring and summer. It's just a happy time for persons. But when that's not, we're not able to do that as much, then we have to stay indoors a little bit more. But it doesn't take away from the fact that we can incorporate our plants and everything that we were doing. So doing some winter gardening, watching your plant grow, get up in the mornings and get into that routine where you're actually looking at that plant, you're just kind of doing a little bit of gardening, and incorporate nature as much as you possibly can indoors. That will bring a little bit of sunshine in a season when there isn't much of it. And again, you want to do other things like incorporate a little bit more of laughter and relaxation. So you're kicking back sometimes, watching your favorite shows, doing a little bit more laughing, interacting with someone who makes you laugh a bit, giving you a little bit of humor. That's and it takes a little bit more intention to do it during this particular season. You have to literally force yourself to do it. And once you break that and get into that routine, it helps so much. You're going to feel your energy coming back a little bit. You're going to feel yourself wanting to do things, giving you that motivation that you truly need to get through the days and the rest of the months too. And so it's critical to just get back into a routine where you're doing some of these things and incorporating. And for pet lovers, pets are so, cozy to have during the winter. You have them, they're indoors, of course, and you're engaging in interaction with your pets. Your cat, your dogs, or other pets can be rich. Just that reminder of nature can be very helpful and therapeutic during this particular season, just to fight the winter blues a bit. So that's going to be a wrap, and I hope that I did say something that will be helpful for you. So please go ahead and review and incorporate these things, especially if you're experiencing the winter blues, or if you know someone else who has the winter blues. Go ahead, share with that person this info, and guess what? We can do this together. We're in it to win. All right, that's a wrap. Have a great rest of your day.